What I got here, because I'm at a standstill with sandblasting the bottom of my vert, waiting for sand to dry. I got this engine on Facebook, this engine block, stripped completely. And I want to store everything that I got from the van motor. I got the crank and the pistons and bearings and all kinds of stuff, the heads. And I'm just gonna kind of put it together and keep it on this engine stand just for the heck of it. And it's got no tough spots. That's a good sign. Rolls nice and easy. It's good. I'm gonna probably want to plastic dip it just to see what it, or plastic gauge it just to see what it looks like. So bearings weren't bad. Weren't good, but for a 150,000 mile motor, they're not that bad. Anyway, I'll probably at least have the crank polished and put new bearings in it, but this will keep everything from warping and stuff. Probably shouldn't have done that, because now my wife's going to know I got another engine. But at least it'll store well. I won't have to worry about these laying on the concrete or anything and warp it or nothing. I was kind of worried that the crankshaft would get knocked over down in the basement or something. So that, and it kind of looks nice sitting there on the engine stand out here. Another thing about these pistons is they're already dished, and they got little valve cutouts in them. Not sure how much room that would give me for putting a bigger cam in, but you'd think it would give me some. At some point, I gotta get a set of calipers, take these heads back off because they're not there permanent, that's for sure. Anyway, take this head back off and measure and see if I can get away with not going 30 over, with just maybe polishing it up or whatever that's called, because I'm no car mechanic, that's for sure. It'd be nice to get some new rings and new bearings and just slap it back together. Maybe have the crank polished instead of ground. I know the guy that when I took it in, he said it needed to be ground. But maybe he was just trying to make money. You know what I should do? I should measure myself. That's what I should do. And there it'll sit. Okay, so that's just about everything I still got for this engine. I do got the exhaust manifolds from the van, but I don't think I'm gonna use those. I could use everything else though. Got the distributor, and this manifold is pretty good, I think. I mean, I bet you it would do really good. I mean, well, 5.0s have intakes like that. I wonder if I could get a bigger single barrel throttle body for it. Either way, this engine was 300 horsepower out of the factory according to the VIN number. So I need a timing cover and a cam and lifters and push rods, and the water pump was good. I don't see why I couldn't reuse that. Maybe some pulleys so I can, and alternator mount. I don't really want to use all that heavy stuff that the van had, or the belt system, because it had smog and air conditioning and power steering and all that. I'm not going to need any of that. So, I mean, I'm halfway there with all the parts. So, that's the Notch engine. That's what I'm going to call it. The Notch engine. Until I come up with some names for my cars. Anyway. That's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned. See you next time.